HoloBIM is a software application for the design, detailing, and quantity takeoffs of reinforced concrete buildings. It consists of two standalone modules: the structural design module and the detailing module. The structural design module has been on the market for the last 20 years and has more than 3,000 active users. This video is a demonstration of the detailing module. The detailing module deals with the implementation study of the whole building, which results to the construction detailing drawings, the quantity takeoffs, and the cost estimation. It concerns all professionals involved in the design, supervision, and construction of buildings: architects, civil engineers, CAD designers, contractors, developers, and to technicians of various specialties. The logic of HoloBIM Construct will be presented through the various phases of a real project. After the creation of a new project, the engineer can analytically describe the geometry of the building. We can drastically decrease the time needed for the description of the various structural elements by using an architectural drawing as background of the working layout. The imported drawing is dynamically processed, and the OSNAPS tools can be used in order to specify the insertion points of the structural elements, without having to use the exact coordinates for each element. We can define the fixed point of each column by using the Properties dialog box. The same dialog box contains all available column types and other important properties that should be defined. The description of the beams is also a very simple procedure. The precise connection points of beams and columns are automatically recognized, and the 3D model is instantly created. The software automatically calculates the edges and creates the slabs when the user clicks with the left mouse button inside a slab. Cantilevers can be described by drawing their contour line. It is possible to create complex cantilevers by using a combination of several rectilinear or curvilinear lines. The description of the staircase is completed in two simple steps. HoloBIM supports many types of standard staircases, as well as the custom-shaped staircase. The engineer does not need to do anything else regarding the staircase and its influence on the structural frame. Formwork detailing, sections, dimensions, drawing papers, quantities, and cost estimation are updated automatically. We have the option to copy one or more floors, in order to avoid redescribing floors which are identical. This option will drastically decrease the time needed for the description of buildings with identical floors. The engineer can select from various foundation types. The application supports mixed foundation solutions, for example, a combination of footings and footing beams in the same or in different elevations. The description of the structural frame is now finished. We will continue with the description of the walls, the openings, and other architectural entities. HoloBIM contains over 100 different types of walls for different types of buildings and environmental conditions. The engineer can modify these walls according to the specific requirements of the building, or create a completely new type of wall by combining layers of materials. For this specific example, we will select a wall with an external insulation of 100 mm. The description of walls is similar to the description of beams. We use the mouse to select the starting and ending point of the wall, and we can modify its properties as needed. For the internal walls, we select a single 120 mm wall, without insulation. The walls are unique architectural entities which have their own properties, geometrical data, and quantity takeoffs. According to the BIM design, every modification of the wall's properties automatically updates all drawings and quantity takeoffs. The next step after the description of walls is the description of all doors and windows. HoloBIM contains an extensive library of frames. Each type of door and window has its own properties which can be modified according to project requirements. We can select the orientation of the frame by selecting the appropriate side of the wall. The feature to copy and create typical floors can significantly reduce the time needed for the description of the building. We have now completed the description of the whole building, both its structural frame and its architectural elements. We will continue with the implementation of external insulation for the structural elements. The last step is the implementation of plaster for the whole building. In only a few seconds, all internal and external plaster layers are created for the entire building. We will now produce the quantity takeoffs lists for all materials and labor. All the required data is available for the automatic calculation of the materials quantities and the cost for the construction of the building. It only takes a few seconds to produce the complete quantity takeoffs. This is the concrete and formwork list. This is the reinforcement bars list. Thermal insulation list per floor and in total. The cost estimation for the construction of the structural frame. The detailed geometry and quantities list for every wall. Total cost estimation for the construction of the walls. The quantities list for all doors and windows. The cost estimation for all openings. The quantities survey for plasters. This is probably one of the most difficult and time-consuming lists to produce in buildings. Cost estimation for plasters per square meter. The materials quantities for floorings. And finally, the cost estimation for the construction of the building, up to the plaster phase. With these simple actions and tools, we can monitor and adjust the design process and the possible modifications, and finally deliver the detailed project documentation for the building. In our channel in YouTube you can also watch the video for the structural design module of HoloBIM, which uses the same input demonstrated already in this video. Thank you for watching our video presentation.